morning, everyone. It's Friday, December 11th. Finishing up another week. I hope you're doing well. Looking forward to our worship services on Sunday. You know, the verse that I have to share with you this morning, it just brings up a lot of emotions in me. Let me read it for you. It's in the 13th Psalm. And we're going to read the first two verses and then skip down to verse 5 and 6. Okay, so this is Psalm 13, 1 and 2, and then 5 and 6. So it goes like this. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long must I wrestle with my thoughts and day after day have sorrow in my heart? Skipping down. But I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praise, for he has been good to me. You know, one of the reasons that I respect so much the written word that we have is because it does not flinch. It doesn't cover over human faults and weaknesses. And this is an example. The psalmist is lamenting to God. He feels like God has abandoned him. And he's saying, how long, Lord? I'm drowning here, I'm not doing well. How long is this going to last? But then, not many verses later, he says, nah, it's like he remembers, right? I'm going to trust in God because I know who he is. And I know that he's going to take care of me. Boy, humans, aren't we something? We're always struggling with so many different facets of our experience in this life. And on one day we're experiencing great sadness and sorrow and perhaps anxiety, fears and things like that. And the next day we're great, we're fine. We're just up and down, up and down, up and down. We are emotional people. Even for those people that you may know that don't show their emotions, I guarantee you they are an emotional person. They may hide them, they may bury them, but they're there. They feel those emotions. There really isn't in such a thing as a human being like Spock from Star Trek that does not have emotional reactions. And by the way, even Spock did, if you look closely. It was impossible to have a completely emotionless character. Anyway, there's an emotion that some of you may have experienced, and that is laughter through tears. Laughter through tears. Even while we are sorrowing, we can experience laughter. We can experience an awareness that I'm feeling like this right now, but it's not quite as bad as it seems. Did you know that sadness and joy are more closely linked than we first thought and that we first think? There are many times that we can, like the psalmist here, be sad, be sorrowful, be feeling hopeless, and yet at the same time, if we are God's child, when our thoughts turn to him and his faithfulness, his righteousness, his care and concern for us, and the way he treats us, we can experience laughter through tears because we know. And I literally tell myself that sometimes when I'm feeling down. I have to tell myself, Mark, you're feeling bad right now, but it's not going to last because God is still God. He cares for you. He's going to take care of you. And you may not see it at this moment, but you know that you're going to come through whatever trial, that we are experiencing. The psalmist in another psalm said this, "Weeping may stay for the night, but joy comes in the morning." In the Hebrew study that I'm doing on Wednesday nights, we're learning that Jesus is our great high priest and that he is a priest that comes from among us, that he lived a life as a human being, and he knows what it's like to experience life as a human being. Psalm 103 and verse 14 brings this out in a different way. It says, God knows our frame. He remembers that we are dust. God knows that we're fragile. And he knows. And he guarantees us that he will not put us under a strain, a test, a trial too great for us to bear. But he will promise to be with us as we go through that test, so that then on the other side of it, we'll be just a little bit stronger than we were before. I know that you've gone through great trials and stresses in your life already. And I know that all of us, it's true of all of us, and I know that all of us also will have future stresses and trial that we need to go through. But isn't it wonderful knowing, especially at this season, that, hey, weeping may stay for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Let's try to remember to live in the joy of the Lord more than the weaknesses of our flesh. All we got to do is just point our minds and our hearts to him, and we'll remember that joy that only comes from the Lord. God bless you. We'll see you next time.